So remember now, we're not here to judge anybody. We want to handle this with love, right? You want to tell him how his drug abuse has hurt you, maybe hurt himself. Okay, Harold, what time did you tell him to be here?
5 o'clock, but he's always late.
No, he'll be here. In 3, 2, 1.
Is this a 5 o'clock free crack giveaway?
No, folks, unfortunately, it is not the 5 o'clock free crack giveaway. This is the MCU's Bleeding Edge YouTube channel and podcast with Cybernetic Shark, co-host and veteran content creator and YouTuber, and me, Jeff S., a.k.a. True Knowledge, the stalwarts of the MCU's Bleeding Edge, the captains of the ship here, hanging out, kicking it, live streaming together as a pair, as it should be. Almost how it started here in the Bleeding Edge, is that we don't have Perry, unfortunately. You know, poor guy. Haven't talked to him forever. Don't know if he, stepped out of the closet and then jumped back in and got stuck. I don't know what happened, poor guy. You don't know. Who knows? But Perry, we hope you're all right, brother. Whatever's going on for you. Hopefully, you don't have a penis in your mouth or anything right now, or you do. I don't know. Maybe that's positive for you. I'm not sure. For me, though. But, it's all good. We get down with you either way. Anyway, Cybernetic Shark, thank you, sir, as always, for being such a loyal co-host and helping, being so kind and with me as I'm struggling through the post-hurricane Wi-Fi blues over here, here in Sarasota County, Florida.
You're welcome.
Folks, we are doing an MCU news/trailer reaction special. Sort of the off-the-cuff kind of, we threw it together the last minute. I'm not even going to talk about the embarrassing reason why. We're just going to leave that out of the conversation and keep that between me and Cybernetic Shark. Although I have no problem if, in my personal relationships, I'll talk about it. I'm not talking about it here. It doesn't have to do with anything with my irreversible permanent erectile dysfunction from She-Hulk episode 7. That's just, something else. That's another conversation. But either way, that's not affecting my recording status or my Wi-Fi, thank God. We're going to finally going to do our reaction to the Werewolf by Night trailer, teaser, I guess, if you want to call it that, which has already been out, of course, and we're going to be reviewing next Wednesday evening, which is I believe, what, Cyber, the 16th or the 17th?
I believe so. Yes, something like that.
Yes. We'll be doing our Werewolf by Night review next Wednesday, 9:35 p.m. Eastern.
19th.
We'll be doing the Werewolf by Night review on breakdown, 9:35 p.m. Eastern, 6:35 p.m. Pacific, on the MCU's Bleeding Edge YouTube channel, Twitter Live, Rumble, Facebook Live, on our MCU's Bleeding Edge, Facebook page, and of course, on Twitch, the MCU's Bleeding Edge 2020. We're going to be, again, reacting to the Black Panther 2 Wakanda Forever Second trailer, the Werewolf by Night teaser. We've got some information coming out thanks to Cybernetic Shark, I guess pretty new, having to do with Disney pushing back several Marvel movie release dates. We're going to rush into that. I've got an article from Reuters on that. And then Cyber and I are going to kind of have an open forum discussion about some things that came out of the Comic-Con event with the Marvel Studios panel in terms of the 2 new Avengers films, which Cyber and I had not even personally discussed, to be completely honest with you. Not that we have a ton of information to work with on them anyway, but we can always surmise, right? Either way, Cybernetic Shark, my friend, how are you doing, brother?
I'm good, sir. I'm good.
And it's good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Cyber will be moderating our She-Hulk finale review this Friday, 9:35 p.m. Eastern, 6:35 p.m. Pacific. We will have Renee, Loki's mom, on the panel. We'll have Jasmine back on the panel. We'll have Gunnar, hopefully, back on the panel for the first time in history, in months, it seems like, on Bleeding Edge. We miss Gunnar. And that will be it for She-Hulk. It'll be wrapped up. That'll be the end. That'll be the end of Disney Plus for a minute. So savor it, folks. Come get in that comment section and enjoy with us. Join in, participate. In the meantime, what do you think, Cyber? You want to start with the Black Panther 2 trailer, or you want to start with Werewolf by Night?
Either or, I don't care.
All right. There you go. That's the kind of guy. There you go. That's how Cybernetic Shark is. He loves the MCU so much, he'll go. He doesn't care. He'll go either way. He swings both ways when it comes to Marvel, baby.
I swing all the ways.
There you go.
All the ways.
I don't know if you want to say that, Cyber. That's kind of putting yourself into a very open place, but hey, if you're willing to push yourself out there like that, brother,
I meant
have at it.
literally swinging, like on a swing.
Oh man, I'm sorry. I apologize. I apologize, folks. Me and my freaking dirty, grimy mind. There we are. Look at that. Woof. The wonders of technology, folks.
Technology.
This is what we call over here in the content creation industry share screening. Just to be clear, I'm sure many of you already knew that. So here we go. The Werewolf by Night teaser trailer. Cyber and I are finally reacting to it weeks after it's been released, months after it's been released, because that's how, on top of things we are these days. Getting after it. Oh, volume would help.
This Halloween, you can't escape the shock, the terror of Werewolf by Night.
Tonight, it is every hunter for themselves.
Good luck. I'll be rotting for you.
But one of you is a monster, masquerading as one of our own. I can't wait to find out what breed of evil you are. You wanna see this, darling?
Please don't do this. Death is coming for you! Werewolf by Night.
Damn, that looks good. All right, there you go. Well, Cyber,
Yes.
you tell me, my friend. Now, Cyber's already seen Werewolf by Night. I haven't. Now, taking that into consideration, Cyber, just on the teaser, what were your thoughts on the teaser?
Well, when I first saw this teaser, I was like, the first thing that came to mind was, oh, is this going to be in black and white? Is this going to be in color? And at the same time, I was like, this looks good. It looks like it's going to be fun. But, I was like, my biggest thing was, oh, is this going to be in black and white? And so after the trailer released, and I think a couple days went by and a few people were like posting stuff like that. And basically, they said, yeah, we believe that Marvel is making this very much like the 1930s horror films, like Dracula, Frankenstein, Bride of Frankenstein, stuff like that. And that's kind of what they were going for. But for my first reaction to it, like I said, those were my first thoughts. But then at the same time, I was like, this still looks like it's gonna be really good. I'm looking forward to seeing what Werewolf by Night is about. Like, what they're gonna do with it. Are they gonna give us kind of an origin story, or they're just gonna have him already, kind of in the, process of who he already is. Like he's already been Werewolf by Night for a while and stuff like that. So I was very excited when I saw this trailer.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what. I didn't realize that's Gail Garcia Bernal that's playing Jack Russell, Werewolf by Night. That's exciting. I definitely know him. I know of him. I've seen him before. I know what kind of quality actor he is. Laura Donnelly, I know who that is as well. I don't know Harriet Sampson Harris, although I believe that was one of the people the woman that I saw in the trailer, the teaser. Now, Werewolf by Night was released on October 7th. Does that make sense? Does that line up.
5 days ago. Yep.
Okay. Yep. Following the death of Ulysses Bloodstone, who, folks, is the Bloodstone family is going to be key in the future of the Midnight Suns / Ghost Rider, Blade, Morbius, whatever we end up with, like Wing. That this is going to be almost like a step 2. 5 experienced monster hunters, including Jack Russell, are summoned by Ulysses' widow, Verussa, to Bloodstone Manor, where they are instructed to participate in a competitive hunt to determine their new leader, who will wield the powerful Bloodstone. Ulysses' strange daughter, Elsa, also arrives to compete for the Bloodstone, despite Verussa warning her against doing so. Now, Elsa Bloodstone may be in the Blade film. The hunt begins in a large maze on the grounds of the manor, where they capture a monster that has been implanted with the Bloodstone as the hunter's quarry. Following an encounter with Elsa, Russell finds the monster, Ted, a friend that Russell was searching for and intended to rescue, while Elsa fights and kills one of the other hunters. Russell leaves Ted to carry out his escape plan, reunites with Elsa while she's hiding in a mausoleum. The two agree to work together to free Ted and obtain the Bloodstone. Ted kills another of the hunters, and Russell destroys the outer wall of the maze so they can escape. Ted flees into the forest and also removes the Bloodstone from him. However, the Bloodstone reacts violently to Russell's touch, indicating that he's also a monster, as Verussa and the other hunters arrive. So, without giving away the entire plot of the actual movie itself, Laura Donnelly is Elsa Bloodstone. I would expect to see her in future, appearances in the MCU. I'm sure you would agree, Cyber. And now Harriet Sanson Harris plays Verussa Bloodstone. Okay, now that makes sense. And it's also, I think, very interesting, Cyber, that we're heading into the Monster Hunter direction with this stuff. I like that. Now I get what was going on in that teaser. Now I understand it. Why the group was together, that group of people was together, and everything and whatnot. Mm-hmm. The whole Monster Hunter deal is another key concept of the Midnight Suns, because several members of the original Midnight Suns are monster hunters. They're vampire hunters. It's what they do. Blade's a vampire hunter, right? That's basically a lot of their premises are based off of hunting vampires and hunting monsters. So essentially, my take on the teaser would just be that visually it's very impressive, and honestly, it looks like more scary than Doctor Strange 2: The Multiverse of Madness did.
Looks
strange, at least to me.
Looks more
horror-y? Looks more scary.
Oh, scary.
More scary. Yeah. Looks more scary. Looks more horrific.
Most definitely. I would get from watching it. It definitely was on the more horror side, I feel, than Multiverse of Madness. There's definitely moments in Multiverse of Madness that were very horror inspired. But yeah, this definitely is more of a horror feature.
Yes, and would it be fair to say that this whole black and white deal, which I'm not trying to go again, I'm not trying to be spoiler here, trying to do spoilers here. I haven't even seen this yet. But is it all black and white?
Till the very end.
Okay, so they're basically almost doing a quasi WandaVision deal.
Yes, like that second episode of WandaVision, how it's all black and white, and then at the very end it turns color. Exactly the same deal.
Okay, all right, yeah. So it's almost like a throwback kind of deal and whatnot, they're almost kind of trying to rip off of classic monster movies and what to some extent.
Yes, 100%. Totally.
So that's the premise. That's the premise.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that. I do like classic horror films. I do. I think that they're really interesting. I'm sure you do too. I know you probably do. So, and again, without getting too deep into the Bloodstone family and whatnot and everything, they are a family of monster hunters. Like I said, Elsa, there's been all kinds of rumors that Elsa's going to be in Blade. We know there's going to be Marvel comic book characters in that Blade film. We just don't know which ones. He's going to have sidekicks. He's going to have some kind of, help as Blade, I'm sure, in the movie of some kind. But what do you think, Cyber? Again, as far as that teaser goes, was that one actor that plays one of the monster hunters? Was that the guy from Prison Break?
No, I don't believe so.
No.
No. Now, who you thinking from Prison Break?
The guy that was really like unethical, the one that was like a rapist, and like was always like kind of like very sexual.
I never
one
saw
whose
the
arm
show,
got
so I
cut
couldn't
off?
tell you.
Oh, okay. Let's see.
I mean, if you look at the cast, though, it might tell you.
We got Kirk Thatcher as Jobin, Eugenie Bondurant as Ezreal, Leonardo Nam as Leorn, and Daniel J. Watts as Barrasso. I can't remember what that guy's name is. Oh, Man Thing is in this.
Yep.
He's the swamp creature, Ted, Man Thing. Okay. Carrie Jones. All right. Awesome. No shit. All right. Okay. Well, yeah. I mean, I don't really know what else there is to say about that teaser, Cyber. I mean, I thought it was really interesting. It's very short. It's only a minute and like 9 seconds long. And you really don't even see Jack Russell as Werewolf by Night. All you see is that end where I'm assuming that must be him, like scaring that what I'm guessing is Laura Donnelly.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mean, do you have any final thoughts on the teaser before we go ahead and watch Black Panther 2: Wakanda Forever and I get my first chance to watch that second trailer?
No, I mean, all I can say is that it was a great special. It was really good, really fun, enjoyable. It was a great introduction to Werewolf by Night. I can't wait to see what else they do with the character. And see, the rest of the characters. I mean, especially Man Thing. He was phenomenal. And one cool factoid that I found out about Man Thing is that actually wasn't CGI. It was a puppet that they used throughout the whole entire presentation.
Ah, interesting. That's very interesting. All right. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's go ahead and get Black Panther 2: Wakanda Forever trailer. I want to see that thing.
Do it.
I want to see it, baby.
He wants to see it, people.
Only the most broken people can be great leaders.
They don't call him General or King. They call him Google God. The feather serpent God. Killing him will risk eternal war.
Others of this world. We know what you whisper. Lost it, will take down. Show them who we are.
That has to be Shuri.
I mean, that was obvious. That was Shuri. That 100%.
Yeah, I don't think they're.
I was like, that was just like obvious in that trailer.
Well, shit, folks. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna hide it at all. I did not want Shuri to be the freaking Black Panther at all. That was like the last thing that I freaking wanted ever to happen. But what are you gonna do, right? You can't always get what you want when it comes to Marvel Cinematic Universe. So I'm gonna have to just tolerate it and hope that it makes sense in the film. That's all I can say. She did look really freaking cool dropping out of that freaking whatever you want to call it, the Wakandan version of the Quinjet or whatever they have there.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure how to describe or the right words to use to like talk about those jets they have. They're almost like they're almost like hovercrafts in a way, aren't they? Like if I remember correctly from the first Black Panther film, don't they have like different engines or something like that, Cyber, than like the Quinjet does?
Say that again.
Don't those Wakandan space like flying crafts or whatever, they're different than like the Avengers Quinjets or whatnot, right? Aren't they like almost the engines almost different? Aren't they set on the bottom, and don't they almost like elevate up off of them, off the ground?
Yeah, I mean, they're all different. They're made by the people in Wakanda versus, whoever made them for the Avengers, which I assume was S.H.I.E.L.D., but
Yes.
at the same time, I think, yeah, most definitely, it was, they're definitely made and are, I think, probably better made in Wakanda themselves, too. So they're probably a better engine, too, as well.
Okay, now this is from Brett over here at Marvel Plus. And Brett says, as you can see right there, I'm a diehard comic reader, and I feel the biggest mistake Disney and Marvel made was chasing after casual fans of the MCU. Casual fans are only interested in a product as long as it holds their attention, but hardcore fans will always be there. I've said from day one, and will say again, Disney and Marvel should have made the MCU built for hardcore fans only. I understand how jaded that view may be, but I stand by it. Hey, I don't know. What do you think about that, Cyber?
I mean, when it comes to any film base, I honestly feel like, yeah, you should definitely make it for the hardcore lovers. And if somebody that's not a hardcore lover comes to appreciate it and like it, great. But yeah, most definitely, I agree that, yeah, that's a good statement. Because, I mean, if it was done that way, I mean, we probably would have gotten very more and better accurate, depictions of a lot of these characters and their suits as well.
Yeah, most definitely. And yeah, I mean, honestly, Brett, and I just want to mention really quick that Brett's been with me, been on the bleeding edge and whatnot and everything, and I've also been on Marvel Plus, and Brett was one of the first guests I ever had on the bleeding edge. In fact, I think he was the first guest I ever had. Him and Wise Wilfredo over at geez, I forget now. I've been knowing Wilfredo for so long. I can't even remember the name of his podcast anymore. I'm sorry, Wise. I apologize, man. I'll remember later. But either way, no. Shout out to Brett. Brett's a good guy, and he's a good host. And yeah, Brett. I mean, honestly, I get where you're coming from. I do, and believe me, I've got my own complaints with Disney that stack up on a list in terms of I name them off one after another. As far as how I feel about Disney, I believe in any contemporary media. You give us the characters we know and love, and unless absolutely needed, do not under any circumstances change anything about them. I feel Disney and Marvel have gone astray on this. Now, some of it I like and can understand why they changed some things. However, I want the characters I knew and loved in the comics portrayed exactly how they were. Yeah. Hey, Brett. Now, that one I cannot 100% say at all that I do not disagree with you on that at all. I think that's very well said, and I don't think there's anything wrong about that at all. I think that that's something that you should have an expectation with. If you're going to use a source material like Marvel Comics, considering what Marvel comic book inspired characters and themes have been able to do for Marvel Studios, what they've been able to do with it cinematically and what it's done for them and Disney in terms of profits and popularity, and the way that they've changed the entire landscape of the cinematic movie industry, it's only fair at that point to treat the source material accurately. Would you not agree, Cyber?
Exactly. I agree.
I mean, you're talking about that's the fuel of the MCU is these characters and these stories. Yep. That without the Infinity Gauntlet, In the comics, there would have been no Avengers Infinity War. There'd be no Thanos. Well, there'd be a Thanos, but there would have been no Endgame. There would have been no theme there to work off of to build to that, right? And look what we got with those films. Now of course, did they have to make changes to make that work? They did, right? Infinity War, in the comics is different than the Infinity Gauntlet series. They're different. They're two different comic book series. Or connected series. So yeah, I mean, Brett, honestly, man, I mean, look, I think what it boils down to it, folks, what you're seeing reflected right now from Brett is a overall sort of pessimism that Cyber and I have been discussing frequently over the span of Cyber, months now, in terms of having dialogues with our guests in studio before shows, after shows, during shows at times, where there really is a pessimism right now. And there is almost a sort of letdown with a lot of people in the fandom, unfortunately. I don't know if it's a burnout thing. I don't know if it's I don't know. We've discussed this, right? Heavily, Cyber. Is it because of the fact that Infinity War got so big and Endgame got so big? And then there's just no matter what, there had to be a letdown afterwards. And so that's kind of deflated. Go ahead.
Well, with anything, anything that is very popular and becomes super big, you're going to have, successful, and then you're going to have a drought, basically. There's just no going about it. As soon as you hit that top, you're going to come down. And because of how much Marvel built up in that 22 films, unfortunately, to get back to that, they're going to have to build up again. And that's what period they're in. And that's why there's kind of like, that burnout for people, because they're seeing things that they're used to, but at the same time, it's not something really different and original. And at the same time, it's like Marvel's trying too much to be too perfect when it comes to doing these things. And so that's another letdown to people, because, they're not getting what they want at the same time as they're getting something a little different, but they're not getting what they should be. So, I mean, it's a mixture of things that, once you hit that top plateau, you come down until you get back up to that plateau. And, I have a feeling you won't see that again until at least, another 10 years. Because if you think about it, it took 10 years to get from 2008, Iron Man 1, to Infinity War 2018. So you have that 10-year span. So we're going to have 10 years of getting back up to that same brilliance, which hopefully they can do, but who knows?
Well, yes, I agree. And you know what? It's honestly, it's a conversation for another show, for another live stream. I'd rather focus on something positive, like that Wakanda 2 second trailer, or Wakanda Black Panther 2 season trailer, Wakanda Forever. But no, thank you very much, Brett. We appreciate you, man. Thanks for being in the comment section. Great comments. And I think that what you said in your comments is deep and not negative at all. I think with your expectations and whatnot, everything, and where you're at and whatnot, your frustrations are perfectly reasonable. And I get where you're coming from 100%. I do. You're not coming from a bad place at all. You're literally just, you want to see the source material accurate. And, I get where you're coming from. I do. And I think that you're right. If you water down the product to try to make it more, accessible to a greater audience, you're going to lose that accuracy no matter what. It's going to have to happen. So is that a good thing? Probably not. Not if you're especially not if you're a comic book fan. Either way though, Cyber, Wakanda Forever second trailer. Now, I'd like to watch it one more time, to be completely honest with you, if you don't mind. I'm going to play it again and whatnot and everything, because they go by so quick. Yeah. I'd like to see it real quick one more time.
Go for it.
like the most broken people. Could be great leaders.
They don't call him General or King. They called him Kukulkan. The Feather Serpent God. Killing him will risk eternal war.
He's coming. For the surface world. You know what you whisper.
Lost and protected. He's out of time.
Show them.
Okay. Well, it definitely looks like the Queen, Angela Bassett, is really going to have a major role in this film, which I think is great. I really do. I think that was a good move. I really do. I think that was very, very smart of you know, the people running the show at Marvel Studios and Kevin Feige, and of course, you know, everyone involved in the makings of Black Panther and now Black Panther 2, Wakanda Forever. What is I don't know what the hell's wrong with me. What the hell is the name of the director of Black Panther?
Give me a second here. Ryan Coogler.
Ryan Coogler. Yes, great job by Ryan Coogler in grasping and understanding and you know and using his strengths and his weaknesses, and seeing, you know, realizing and understanding, you know, what he was going to have to do to bring this cast of characters in this Black Panther universe back together in a way that was going to function in a way that, you know, without Chadwick and without, you know, the King, Black Panther, something to still put together something cohesive that would still be entertaining, right, and make a quality film. Angela Bassett's an outstanding actress, award nominated, you know, award winning, you know, and I mean, honestly, seeing her being featured like this in the trailer. Now we'll see what happens in the film and what kind of role she actually ends up having, but it looks to me like they're really featuring her as almost like the face of the nation until there's another Black Panther. You know, would it make sense to you, Cyber? Would you guess basically off the trailers that she's almost going to carry the water until you see Shuri suit up at some point in the film?
Most definitely. I definitely think that because, you know, because she is the queen, and you know, basically she's always been queen, even when, you know, T'Challa's dad was still around. She was queen. She didn't die, so she still had that status of queen. So it would make sense that she would have some power, even though T'Challa became king. She still had some sort of power that was was a part of her, you know, basically ruling Wakanda and so forth. So I'm not surprised by that at all, that she would kind of take the reins if, you know, the Black Panther passed away or died, the king would die.
Yes. I do too. It does make sense. She is the queen, so I guess, you know, from a standpoint of just royal order, she would become the face, you know, especially when it comes to things like the United Nations and stuff like that and dealing with other countries and whatnot, right? She's the experienced, seasoned, almost like, you know, I'm sure she probably on her own probably was very diplomatic. We just never saw it flushed out in the first Black Panther film. I'm sure she had her own role from a diplomatic standpoint and whatnot, you know, with Wakanda and whatnot. I'm sure she did. You know, and of course, we're coming off of the first Black Panther film where it was T'Challa's goal to broaden Wakanda's horizons and get involved in the rest of the world and whatnot and everything, and start helping other countries and sharing their technology and whatnot and everything like that. I'm assuming they would want to carry that on as his legacy, if anything, right? What is your anticipation, Cyber, in terms of how they're going to handle the loss of T'Challa? Would you expect there to be like some kind of funeral scene or something like that to start the film?
I honestly don't know how they're going to do that. I mean, it's possible they could start off with that. And possible it could be the second scene in the intro of the film. I have a feeling that the Namor thing is going to be the beginning of the film, showing him being birthed and stuff like that, kind of giving you a history of who the Atlanteans are and stuff like that. And but yeah, I mean, it could go either way. I don't know, but I definitely know that from the trailer, I mean, it showed that there was definitely some sort of procession that happened for T'Challa's death. So we definitely know that's coming. We just don't know exactly when.
Yes, I would agree. And I think it'll probably be a very poignant moment in the film when they do actually, you know, get into how deeply they're going to get into it. We'll see. It might be a very short thing. It could be a very short scene, you know, where they don't even really get too deeply into it. Maybe they don't want to. Maybe that's a tough one. It's got to be tough for Ryan Coogler to know how to handle that, you know, considering how it could impact the film itself. You know what I mean? Like, you know, you saw Cyber on YouTube, how freaking emotional all of the freaking reactors were to the first trailer.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they were faking it or what. Like, I mean, I didn't cry. I didn't feel like I wanted to cry over that shit. I mean, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if they just like, you know, I don't know if that was like acting or some shit or whatever, if that was for views or stats or what, but I don't know. I'm sorry, folks. I didn't maybe it's because I'm not African American, but I did not connect with the Black Panther franchise to a degree to where I'm gonna cry when I see fucking trailers. I'm sorry. It's not gonna happen. The way I'm gonna be reacting to any kind of fucking Marvel trailer anytime soon is gonna be the one where I get to see Brie Larson naked during it or whatever and whatnot. And that one I might cry. When I see that 7-year-old boy ass and whatnot and shit, that might fuck me up. You know what I'm saying? So I might cry at that point. I'd be like, you know, oh my God, man. That's just depressing. You know?
No.
You know, so in that case, folks, I might cry on that one. You know, when that trailer comes out, I might cry. Oh, fuck, Bree. What happened, man? Shit. Where's your butt double, man? When you need her? Bree's ass is so flat. They got a guy to be her butt double. It's not even a woman.
That outfit's definitely not appeasing.
I know,
conforming to the figure.
Bree, it's a good idea that's not your Tinder profile main picture. I'm telling you, because you would be hurting, baby. You know what I'm saying? Like you would be fooling around with some of the weak ass dudes known to man. You know what I'm saying? And like, you know, and I don't know, maybe you'd want that. Who knows? And maybe that's probably your preferable type of guy anyway. Knowing you, Bree. But anyways, hey, I got your poster up there, bitch. Just so you know, I got it, baby. It's up there. You just can't see it yet. I'm saving it. I'm saving it for the wide shot. Cyber, just to give you an impression of how well my luck's going right now with things. Look at what happened today to my brand new 5G cell phone today from Metro T-Mobile. Look at that screen. There you go, baby. Oh yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that happened right before. That happened right before I came out of the outside and came in and sat down to do the show with you. That I dropped that bitch. Didn't even have time for the freaking screen protector and the freaking case to show up from Amazon. There we go, man. My life's been great, like, folks, I'm telling you. Hurricane, no power for over a week, no Wi-Fi, can't do shows, can't record, missing guest appearances left and right. Having a blast, man. Loving it. But it was cool seeing Namor again in that trailer, man. I love Namor. I'm telling you, loving it. He looks great. I don't know why people were complaining about him. You know, maybe Brett might be pissed off that he doesn't look comic book accurate enough. He does look kind of big for Namor. I won't lie. He does look a little stocky, which I'm okay with, right? Because I guess they're they're going like a Samoan direction with it.
Well, yeah, they're trying to stay more like, Islander type of Samoan native, you know, that type of feel and deal with the character. I don't recall in the comic books exactly. I thought he was just Atlantean. I thought he was, you know, from the sea. So I don't think he really has a race except for Atlantean. So, you know, that you could interpret that any way you like. So, but I mean, in the comic books, he's a very tall character. He's got to be like 6'4", 6'5". That definitely has the darker complexion, most definitely in the comic book. So I mean that is, you know, in their suit. But yeah, this guy that's playing him, he's a lot shorter, a lot thicker than what Namor is usually. So I think that's probably why people are kind of complaining about it, because he's really not the height of Namor. But you know, if the guy does a good job acting, who cares?
Yeah, I mean, hey, we've already got and have had plenty of like tall, very chiseled, very muscular male superhero, you know, type characters in the MCU. We've already got them and had them. I don't think there's anything wrong with going in a different direction with this. Now, see, Brett, if you're still there, this would be one spot where, like, honestly, I'm not upset with this, with this comic book inaccuracy here. I'm all right with it, because I did notice in that trailer that we just watched that he can fly, right? He can fly. So that was one of my biggest question marks, was, is he going to be able to fly in film like he can in the comics? And he can. So that right there, that, as far as I'm concerned, that equals things out, folks. Like, I'm happy with that. All right, so he's going to be Samoan or whatever and whatnot. He's Atlantean, but he's got some Samoan deal going on. I'm fine with that. Who cares? It's all good. As long as he's still Atlantean, as long as he's still half mutant, whether that, of course, you know, that's another question, Cyber, right? Is Marvel Studios going to allow that in the film? Are they even going to put that out there now that Miss Marvel's already, you know, been flushed out as a mutant of some kind? Are they going to be willing to go ahead in November, a month from now, and step up and go ahead and have the word mutant out there with Namor?
Yeah, I don't know. You know, I mean, like I said, it could go really in any direction with that. You know, you never know. And who knows, maybe Namor will be a mutant because he was born that way. You know what I mean? So they could go that way, because it looks like that's what they're trying to take characters and make them mutants to interconnect the MCU with the X-Men universe. So really, I mean, anything could happen. They could make Namor something else. Who knows? But, you know, as long as they try to make it interconnect properly, it should be entertaining.
Yes, and most definitely. And you know, in general, I mean, I don't know. Marvel Studios, Kevin Feige, they've got to go ahead and just start, at some point, they've got to go ahead and start using the word mutant on a regular basis. It has to become a uniform part of the MCU. Oh, you know what, Darius, honestly, man, I was just joking earlier, bro. Like, don't take me too seriously, man. Like, don't, you know, seriously, man. Don't take me too literally, because Cyber will tell you right now, straight up, I am a massive Chadwick Boseman fan, a massive, like, huge Chadwick Boseman fan as Black Panther, and personally, I consider Chadwick Boseman to be one of my personal heroes. I do, along with Thomas Sowell. You know, I don't have that many personal heroes, So the fact that, like, 2 out of, like, maybe the 4 of them are African American, I think right there, should tell you a little something about me. And yeah, I respect the fuck out of Chadwick Boseman. Are you kidding me? Of course, the Black Panther's a great character in the comics. He was great in the first film, and Chadwick is was a lion of a man. But yes, so please don't misunderstand me. I thought that, honestly, I totally understood where people were coming from crying during that trailer. I got it. I did. I'm just like to joke and play around and whatnot and everything. And at the end of the day, I do get it. And Chadwick was a great, great, great actor. It's very unfortunate that we lost him. But at the same time, let's try to be optimistic and positive here. Okay. I mean, hey, if Shuri's going to be the Black Panther, hopefully she'll be the best Shuri Black Panther she can be. And, I don't know how they're going to manage to, like, I don't know how they're going to manage to in such a quick span of time, get her into a place where she can handle the physical combat and the hand-to-hand combat part of being the Black Panther. If she's going to be the queen and the Black Panther, again, how is she going to be able to fight other combatants that challenge for the ruler of Wakanda? Is what would be my question. But again, we'll see how that flushes out, right? She looked pretty damn good in the suit. So, I'm going to be optimistic. Cyber, what do you think of Shuri as Black Panther?
I mean, I'm like everyone, or quite a few people, I feel that, they're didn't really want Shuri to become the next Black Panther, but it is what it is. I honestly, I'm fine with Letitia Wright taking on that mantle right now, especially at, such this time that, they really didn't have much time, if you think about it, to try to find somebody to be the next, if they wanted to take somebody in and redo, Black Panther, or bring in somebody that was similar to Chadwick to really kind of like encompass that same, what Chadwick brought to the character. I mean, yeah, nobody will ever replace Chadwick, but at the same time, there's been many Black Panthers in the comic book history. So I mean, really, he just played T'Challa. They could go to all kinds of different other people. At some point, M'Baku was Black Panther. At one point, Shuri was a Black Panther. So I mean, they're just taking the next step because they already had this actress in a contract. I think that's why they decided to go that route, because that was the easiest thing to do to kind of, keep it within the Chadwick Boseman's era, because of, her being his sister and being in that same area, and she knew Chadwick very well. So I think that's another reason why they kind of went that direction too as well. It has nothing to do with the fact that, Letitia Wright or the character Shuri is a woman. She just doesn't seem like a Black Panther character. She just seems more like that inventor type. And so, maybe making M'Baku the next Black Panther would have been a good choice, I feel. Because I think he had, Winston Duke. I think he has what was to take to become that. So I think it's really done well.
Yeah, I agree with you 100% on that. And you make a good point, Cyber. I just worry about her. And just like Darius says, yeah, in the comments, she was already trained before becoming queen and female. So hopefully with the time jump or something, she can train quickly. I love the comp accuracy of her Black Panther suit. Yeah, I do too, Darius. But you get what we're talking about here, what I'm talking about here, and what Cyber just mentioned, as I've already mentioned. In fact, in terms of the fact that in the comics, the Shuri that becomes Black Panther and becomes the queen is a different Shuri than the one we've had in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. She's not the Tony Stark type character. She's actually physically fit, bigger, more muscular, stronger. Like, she is actually, trained to fight hand to hand and whatnot. Like, that's the Shuri in the comics. So at that point, how they're going to handle that, I don't know. Hopefully they'll do it right. That's all I can say. And I would agree with you 100%, Cyber. I would have liked to have seen M'Baku too, personally, as Black Panther. I would have. I think Winston Duke, right? I think he's great. I do. And I would love to have seen him as Black Panther.
Yeah, Winston Duke is great.
Yeah. No, I'm definitely with you on that 100%. I think that hopefully, and as we saw in that trailer, right? It looks like he's going to have an extended role in this film too. even as just as himself. So yeah, at that point, I think that what you tell me, Cyber, what did you take out of that trailer yourself? Like, was there anything that stood out to you compared to the first trailer that you liked, that you didn't like? Was there anything that that maybe changed your opinion about the film at all or whatnot? I mean, let's remember here, folks, Cyber was not too enthralled by the first Black Panther trailer. So is this an improvement, Cyber?
Hands down, this is a way better trailer. I appreciated this trailer more. I thought it was better edited, better visuals, better everything that it brought up. I like that they kept the whale scene in it, but I appreciate what more they gave us in this trailer. So it made me more excited for the film. And I definitely agree that this was a better trailer and showed me that it's going to be a better movie than I thought it was going to be at first. And, I don't think that this movie will encompass the first film at all. I don't think it's going to live up to that first film. I definitely think that a lot of people are going to come out of this and go, okay, that was a good movie, but I definitely like the first one better. I don't think this is going to have the same impact as the first film had either. And, you're
talking about in general and culturally.
Yeah. In general, all encompassing everything.
Gotcha.
And because of how amazing Chadwick was as an actor and this character of T'Challa, I don't think that it's going to have the same impact because he's not a part of it. And because that, they do reference him, we do see a picture of him in the trailer, stuff like that. We get kind of that feeling that his presence is there. It's not going to be the same effect as it was when we first saw him don that amazing outfit and had his first solo outing. So I definitely feel that, Wakanda Forever is going to be a good film, but overall, I don't think it's going to be as impactful as the first film.
Hey, I think that's very well put. And I think that you're right. I think Chadwick Boseman really was a key. He really was the key when it boils down to it. I mean, I want to believe that that people in the fandom are on the same page with me on this. That they would agree with me. I'm not saying he carried the Black Panther film. I'm saying that he was the Black Panther film. He held it together. He was the staple character that made it work. Everything worked off him. Everything revolved off him. To some extent. And of course, don't get me wrong, Michael B. Jordan did a great job as Killmonger as well. And I think that probably, if anything, just like I say a lot of times about Tom Hiddleston's Loki in the first Avengers film, and just like I say about Ultron and in Avengers Age of Ultron, I think that they're all underrated as villains in the MCU. I really think they are. I think that friggin' Bucky Barnes, Winter Soldier, in the Captain America Winter Soldier, I think is an underrated villain. The fear he instilled just by his facial expressions and how he looked when his mask was taken off and whatnot and everything, how menacing he seemed in all of his scenes. And that's, you got to give hats off to the Russo brothers on that too. The way they would shoot him and whatnot and everything, and how they would, zoom in on his face and whatnot. He was scary almost, like, he was literally like, terrifying in his like violent nature and almost like homicidal type deal he had going on. Right. And I don't think you tell me, Cyber. We've talked about this before when we reviewed the film. There's a lot of elements of that Captain America film, Winter Soldier, that make it what it is. Besides Captain America, right? The Black Widow and Sam Wilson's Falcon were important aspects of the movie. Without them, you don't have the same film. But without the Winter Soldier, they're obviously, right? Hence the title. It really wouldn't work out so well, if you didn't have a villain like that.
True. Very true. Very true.
And say what you want about Michael B. Jordan's acting in general, but overall, at least in Black Panther, I thought he was damn good. But then again, you know how it is, Cyber. They basically let him be himself. He just acted himself. You know what I mean? Like, that's all he did. He was Michael B. Jordan. Like, that was it. So, like, at that point, it probably wasn't that hard. I doubt it was challenging.
I mean, I think to an extent it was Michael B. Jordan himself playing himself, but overall, I think that he definitely put some more into it that was not as appealing. I think to some people. I can totally hear myself right now.
Oh, really? You can hear? You got an echo?
Yeah.
Oh man, what is going on? See, I'm wondering if that's coming out. If that's on my end, Cyber. Yeah, because your video is freezing here and there too a little bit, just every once in a while. But that's been happening a little bit here and there recently, not just tonight. So I don't know. Maybe it's all because it's all on my end and it's my Wi-Fi issues.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that's got to be it. Yeah. I've got to get it dealt with. Don't even get me started. I'll tell you in a personal conversation what my conversations with my new conversations with Metro and T-Mobile today were like and how that all went down. But that's pretty much it for us, folks. We're pretty much out of here. We're done. We went ahead and reacted to the trailers and did some bullshitting and talked a little bit with Brett from Marvel Plus and whatnot, and talked with Darius, who basically feels that the film could be better, Wakanda Forever, than the first. Especially could see a third act redemption. Yeah, it's possible. We'll see. I mean, hey, Namor is a big highlight to the film. I'll tell you what, if there's a Doctor Doom cameo, hey, that could be huge. You know, it really could. I think it could really be a big deal. It could be massive. And I really, as a fan, I hope they do it. I really do. I hope that we see like an end credit scene with Doctor Doom. I really do. I don't know why the hell Marvel would not do that. I don't get it. That they don't. I'm not gonna understand it. But what they do what they do, and I still trust them, and I'm still optimistic and confident in them. But anyways, Cyber, I have not voted yet today, but please tell us, and hold on 1 minute, and I'll go ahead and pull it up. Please tell us what is going on with the what is it called? The Face of Horror?
Yep. Face of Horror, people. I'm currently in the final round of the group challenge, and there's 2 more days. It ends tomorrow night at 8 p.m. In order to advance, you have to be in either first or second place. I'm currently in fourth because somehow some gal that was in like 10th place made it all the way up and took my spot in third for some odd reason. I don't know how they did that, but they did. And so basically what it is it's a competition to win $13,000, do a 2-night stay at Buffalo Bill's house from Silence of the Lambs, do a photo shoot with Kane Hodder in Rue Morgue magazine, and also like I said, the photo shoot with Kane Hodder, and pretty much that's what you win. But yeah, it started back in September. I made it all the way to this round in third place majority of the time. This was the first time I was in fourth place. And yeah, right now you can vote for free every 24 hours. If you do Facebook or do a credit card or debit card, you can do 2 extra free votes with that vote. Or you can do the scare votes, as you can see the red button on top, where you could donate money towards their cause. It's for pediatric cancer. And each dollar is a vote. So if you do $10, you get 10 votes, etc., etc. So right now, really, the scare votes are the biggest thing right now to get ahead in anything. So anybody that can provide and do some scare votes, very much appreciated. I've had quite a few people. I've had a couple people that have done that who are fantastic and amazing people. And I want to thank them and thank you for doing that. And definitely, if you can keep doing it for the next day or so, that'd be great. And yeah, just trying to make it to that either first or second. I don't care if it's second. I just would like to make it to the next round. And anybody out there that can help, please do. Go to the thing. We'll have the link up in the thing to vote and everything in the description of this podcast. So please do that. Also, if you enjoy my content here, definitely check out my solo content on Facebook, on YouTube as well. You can find me on Facebook and all that kind of cool stuff. And you can see Jeff showing the awesome thing on the phone. And yeah, thank you very much for watching and stuff like that. And you guys are great. We love you guys. And yeah, definitely go vote, people. Vote.
That's
please.
right. And subscribe to the YouTube channel. Subscribe to the MCU's Bleeding Edge YouTube channel, baby. We do not plug that. We are not big pluggers over here. We're not like over here. You're not going to find any stupid Cash App bullshit on our YouTube channel or whatever and whatnot. We don't want donations from anybody or whatever and whatnot, unless you want to donate to the crack fund, to the 5 o'clock free crack special fund. I mean, it is free. So the donations will be going straight into our pockets. I won't lie to you. It's free crack. So, I mean, at that point, we'll just take your money anyway, just put it in our pockets and buy some other shit. But like but you can still donate. It's up to you. But no, there doesn't be any of that going on. And oh, Darius, She-Hulk finale tonight. Maybe leader cameo. Did I miss y'all review for episode 8? Yeah, brother Darius, we did the episode 8 review, and it was great review. To be honest with you, other than the fact that I was using my cell phone like a friggin' amateur with my bullshit Wi-Fi, and so even though I thought I did all right moderating, it probably sounded like shit. So enjoy the shitty audio. But come check us out on the finale on Friday night. Hopefully, I'll have all my stuff put together by now and then, and Cyber will be moderating, so at least he'll have his shit right. As far as the leader, popping up in a cameo goes, I don't know. Could we see a cameo? Possibly. Is it going to be the leader? I don't know. We'll have to see. That of course, Cyber, that is some nice looking freaking microphone right there, my friend.
It is, isn't it? Look at that. Ooh, look at that fancy thing. Where'd that fancy thing come from?
That bitch is sweet. That thing is beautiful, man. That looks beautiful. Look at that.
Audio Technica.
If I had one that nice looking, I'd want mine right up in the air like that, too, just like that. I'd want to do mine like that.
Totally.
Look at mine. Look at mine compared to yours, Cyber. My shit looks like a little baby toy compared to yours. Like it's some knockoff shit or whatever, like that I got from fucking like Wish or something. It's a Wish. It's a Wish microphone.
I just think that's. I think yours is just a little bit more seasoned than this one is.
Yes, it definitely has its marks and its scars on it from where I've dropped it here and there over time, like in my drunken stupors, out in the garage when I've live streamed in there before back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Remember those nights?
Yep.
Out there smoking weed and shit and fucking being drunk and shit out in the garage. Good place for me to live stream, you know what I'm saying? But no, folks, please sub us. We'd love to hit 3,000 subs. We're almost there. And of course, we want to hit 10,000. And then from 10,000, I guess 50,000 will probably be our next goal. And then it'll probably be 100,000, right? Then from 100,000, I guess it'd be 500,000. I don't even know. Who knows? But Darius, I'm telling you right now, you better subscribe, baby. MCU's Bleeding Edge. Come on now. Anyways, folks, look, for Cybernetic Shark, I'm Jeff S., a.k.a. True Knowledge, MCU's Bleeding Edge YouTube channel and podcast. We'll see you on the next one. Peace. God bless y'all in Southwest Florida. God bless y'all down here in Florida that were affected by the hurricane. Hope y'all are well. Hope y'all have power back. Take care. Things will be okay. It always gets better, baby. Peace.
Every day of the week. If I hop up on the mic, they gon' play it on repeat. Cash 100 milli check, I get paid just to breathe. Kill it 24/7, cause I slay in my sleep. Flames pipe down.